So the FAA is now investigating an incident after United Airlines pilot reported a possible drone strike 3,000 feet over San Diego. Listen to this.
There are drones flying around here?
United 1980, not that I'm aware of. Do you have a report for me, sir?
I believe I just saw like a red small object like about 1,000 feet below us to our right. We had drone at around probably at around 3,000 feet.
Wow. The pilot of the United Flight 1980 made that report right before landing yesterday morning en route from San Francisco. So let's bring in American Airlines captain Dennis Tajer, spokesperson for the Allied Pilot Association, and you're still an active pilot. When you were listening to that, what were you thinking?
I was thinking just like when he's thinking, what's out there? Why don't I know about it? You don't know about it, and I might have hit something. And as soon as he said hit, my mind went to my panel to see was there any damage done to the airplane. So listening to that, I went right to the cockpit and said, okay, what would I do? And why is this happening? And that's what we're here for today.
You're an active pilot.
Yeah,
right.
So just flew yesterday.
You tell me drones are a problem, an increasing problem, whether people are intended to or unintended. So you said that the Secretary of Transportation has taken action. What action has he taken, and what else could he do? Well,
Secretary Duffy has been a captain in this. He's not just talking about what to do for safety and security. He's taking action. He's done it with the tragedies in D.C., immediate action in San Francisco. He stopped parallel approaches. Things that are unsafe or unsecure, he's taken action, not just taking on words. There is legislation that, the legislation's passed already, but the FAA is making rules on how to control drones, the restrictions on them. And we know that Secretary Duffy is going to take that with the leadership of the FAA and try to put a corral around these things.
So what's the challenge? Bring me into the cockpit. You're a pilot. So look out. You're looking for drones. You told me it's really hard to see these things.
It's incredibly hard to see. I mean, we're looking at coming in for approach or taking off. You're focused on a lot of other things. It's hard to see another airplane, depending on the time of day. If you think that a drone is going to be easy to pick up, you're not realizing what it's like out there.
So here are some of the things that we have on the books. Legal drone limit, 400 feet.
Yep.
Okay. The possible drone encounter took place 3,000 feet. Drones must give way and never interfere with traditional aircraft. Okay, number one, there are rookie drone operators, there are skillful drone operators, and there are ones that want to cause havoc. We see this every day.
Absolutely.
So how are you handling it?
The problem is all we're handling is an ad hoc procedure. Like we're calling it out, and an air traffic control gets a couple reports. Maybe they don't vector aircraft through that space. It's not where we should be. And these drones are getting bigger. You know, the commercial interest, Amazon going to be delivering packages. We've got to make sure that there are regulations on that. And not for just nefarious intent, but let's say there's a malfunction with a drone. And all of a sudden that thing peels off and it's climbing up to several thousand feet, goes into the airport area. We've got to make sure the equipment's on there. So it's like another airplane in the sky. You just can't go tooling around and expect good things to happen.
And, we worried about birds. You have to worry about birds. There's very little you can do about it, but they get in the engine, all hell could break loose. Now this is an additional worry?
Absolutely. It's just another threat to our safety. And while we can share the skies, we have to do with some rules and some consequences if they're violated, and then some countermeasures if things go wrong, by nefarious intent or by something that's just mechanically happening.
And they're getting bigger, better, and we're seeing that even in Ukraine, what's happening right now.
Absolutely.
Captain, thanks so much. Stay safe. All right.
Thank you, sir. Fly safe.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.